What's happening, Toysnappers? Another McFarlane DC Multiverse review for you today. We got the Robin from Earth -22, but we all know him as Crow Robin. He is the evil, corrupt Robin, one of many that the Batman Who Laugh has under his wing as little twisted, like monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. That's what they always reminded me of. So yeah, as usual, it's the basic AF McFarlane packaging, black and blue and white. There's the box art and the cover issue that they've decided to model the Robins after. Here he has 4. Normally in his presence he'd have 3. And that's the merciless Build-A-Figure instructions. The other figures available in the wave. And yeah, that's pretty much the box art as usual. So let's get the bad boy open and see what is inside. Alright, and here's the creepy little fecker out of the box now. Yeah, so straight off, it's a really cool design. It's more of a classic Robin design. You can see with like the fish scale kind of pants. I will say this, it was an absolute pain in the hole to stand. It's miraculously staying up now. You'll see what I mean now in a few minutes, but design wise, he's pretty cool. It's fairly accurate to the Robins. I will say that this head sculpt, so with the McFarlane Toys, when he's a sneaky guy, he knows what he's doing. He has released this figure with 3 different random head sculpts that you can get. And everyone knows that reads the comics that the Batman Who Laughs comes with always 3 Robins. So for the completionists people, like myself, they're going to have to go out and buy another 2 Robins, but I need to try and get the other heads. So that means, though, that you're going to have 3 merciless for torsos. So you're going to see a lot of torsos up on eBay and stuff for sale. And just looking at the torso of the merciless, he's going to be a big boy. You can say his legs are about that height, so you can see what he's going to be like next to this little small figure. But that's for another video. So design-wise, he's really cool. The head sculpt I love. It's very detailed. I'll just try up close there. If it'll just focus for me. There you go. So yeah, the teeth, everything is very, very detailed. The hair slicked back. A bit of paint application kind of for the blood. And then yeah, he comes with a little chain that you can wrap on. This little ring is kind of a little soft ring, so you can just roll it back and put the chain in. He comes with a semi-soft leather cape. It kind of does weigh the figure down when you want to stand them. Oh, it's the first time he stood. Anyway, articulation, because it's a different design, because it's a smaller body, McFarlane have obviously had to kind of redesign the whole figure, so he's only got single jointed elbows and single jointed knees. He does have articulation in the shoulders, if you see here. It's not too bad. It does have that little butterfly extra joint in there, I think, as well. No, it doesn't. So it's just one single joint. Allows for rotation. You have rotation in the bicep as well, and then, as I said, single jointed elbows, 90 degrees. There is rotation in the wrist there, which you can see, but the gauntlet off the gloves kind of hinder the movement, not too much. The head is on a ball swivel, so you can actually look around quite a lot. I think the shoulder is the neck is another joint. He's got that as well, obviously. He does have ab crunch and mid movement, but because this is one whole single solid piece of rubber, it does hinder, so you can get kind of down. Not much, you can hear it clicking away inside there. So yeah, it's a small bit. Then the legs, you can spread it a bit wide, but because these as well are another rubber piece, it hinders the joint. And I've already had a little sneak peek, and it's not the usual McFarlane hip joints. It is a ball swivel kind of joint, similar to DC Icons and DC Essentials, the way they hip their figures. So it's a different design. It does, in my opinion, it hinders movement especially when you're posing. And then his knees are in a pre-posed position of slightly bent, so this can be a bit annoying when you go to stand them. So he is always standing with a bit of a hunch. There you go, see. And then the knees themselves are single jointed, but they crunch back quite a bit. But as I said, they're in that pre-posed position. Wouldn't be a fan of it. And then again, his feet, ankles are on a ball joint pivot, as you can see, but again, the boots kind of hinder any sort of real articulation, and then the feet are to articulation as always. So here he is next to the Batman Who Laughs, just for scale comparison. I guess he could be a tiny bit smaller, maybe. He is smaller considerably, but I mean, Robins are usually a good bit smaller than Batman. But sure, look, scales have been small bit off with McFarlane so far, but he'll get it right eventually, I'm sure. So yeah, design for the Robin is pretty cool. It's an old classic Robin. You can see the stitch work, the old Robin insignia, and it has the old classic gloves, the old classic kind of fish scale trousers, and then the old medieval style booties that Robin used to wear. So yeah, it's an old classic looking Robin. So just one final look at the Robin Crow. He is a really cool design figure. He looks awesome. He will look really good next to the Batman Who Laughs. And when I get the other two, it will complete the whole 3 set, and it'll look pretty awesome. The only thing I will say is the articulation is a lot to be desired because of the way he's designed. It hinders how he can stand, and then as you can see, those pre-posed knees do hinder it. You didn't see all the other little shots I had to take where he was falling over. So he's going to be a tough one to keep standing on your shelf. But while he's up there, he will look cool. So if the articulation doesn't bother you too much and you're just going to be posing them on the shelf, go ahead, fire away. If you're more into your toy photography and stuff like that, this figure might annoy you, but I guess everyone else will have to find out when they buy him themselves. Thanks for popping in for the review, guys. I'll see you again on the next one.